I know Fani over there packed right now. I know she big mad. And I can only see that arrogance and entitlement slowly withering away. Y'all, it's finally happening.
A date is set to hear an appeal in the 2020 election interference case. Oral arguments are set to begin October 4th in the Court of Appeals. Judges will decide if Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified. The appeal stems from a March ruling that allowed Willis to remain on the case if Nathan Wade resigned. Right now, it is still unclear when a ruling would be handed down following the hearing. We did reach out to Willis's office for a comment. We're still waiting to hear back.
In other words, the appeals court just put a stop, well, I would just say a halt. Everything is now halted in the Georgia case against Donald Trump since they're now investigating Fani Willis. And this is what happens, man. You know, stick your nose in all the business you ain't supposed to be sticking in. You been to get put out there, you know what I mean? We found out about the affair, we found out about the lies, and now you about to be tried. Oh my gosh. Ain't it funny how, you know, the tables turn? All because you got your fanny packed. Yes, sir. The Georgia Court of Appeals has indefinitely postponed any further proceedings in Fani Willis's case against President Trump. I like how he said President Trump and not former President Trump, you know, because he's still my president. I don't care about you. I know Obama is literally still the president, but that's another story. This case is falling apart. Clearly, the day that she tried to go after him over frivolous nothing, well, not really nothing, over something that's now being proven to be true. Just really him just making a claim, just like any president has the ability to do in terms of being able to feel a certain type of way about a certain outcome. That's as far as I'll say with that. It's very unlikely this case will make it to trial before the election. Huge win for President Trump. This right here is the Court of Appeals of the state of Georgia. This was on June 5th, so this was today. The Court of Appeals hereby passes the following order: Michael A. Roman versus the state, David A. Schaffer versus the state, Robert David Cheerley versus the state, Mark Randall Meadows versus the state, Donald John Trump versus the state. You know what I'm saying? And we can't forget Kathleen Litham versus the state, Rudolph Williams, Louis Gilani, Jeffrey Bossert Clark, and Harrison Floyd versus the state. The proceedings below in the court, in the Superior Court of Fulton County are hereby stayed pending the outcome of these appeals. Hereby stayed. C. Williams versus state. C. Williams versus state overruled on other grounds by Duke versus state 305 and all the other little numbers that just like woo woo. But yeah, it's official, y'all. And if you're looking at the climates of the comments right now, let's go ahead. Hold up, y'all know we gotta do some reviews of the comment. Oh, hold on, wrong screen now. Wrong screen. Give me there. Anyhow, so yeah. You got people saying this is great news. What else we got? Not only is the Supreme Court going to rule against Jack Smith in the J6 case, Judge Cannon is going to deem his appointment illegal. The only victory they'll have is helping Trump raise hundreds of millions of dollars for his election campaign. Props to him, bro. I don't know where that came from. There was no case to begin with. This was a political hit job with a little racism thrown in it, for sure, because she definitely tried to play the race card. That declined, you know. She tried to be arrogant. That declined because, I mean, all her the lies that came about in the midst of all this is literally debunking, I mean, just wiping that arrogance right off her face. Now investigate Fani Willis for fraud. Man, you can investigate her for so many different things. Seems like the real criminal throwing down on NY over campaign funds. When do they look in Fani for this little admission? Oh, let's see what this exchange was.
Whole life, when I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
To tell you, I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today.
And the obvious question that's been circulating the internet is, should these three be arrested for election interference? Those three being Alvin Bragg, Fani Willis, Judge Jack Smith. But you ask me, I believe that these judges need to be on that list too. Everybody that's Soros back, you know what I'm saying? For sure. And Charlie Kirk posted this the other day, and it doesn't make the Democrats' case any better. Democrats say it's a conspiracy theory to suggest Biden's DOJ is coordinating the unprecedented lawfare against President Trump. So will Merrick Garland dispel the rumors by proving the DOJ did not collude with Alvin Bragg, Fani Willis, or Letitia James. Garland, no.
You've told us that it's a dangerous conspiracy theory to allege that the Department of Justice is communicating with these state and local prosecutions against Trump. You can clear it all up for us right now. Will the Department of Justice provide to the committee all documents, all correspondence between the department and Alvin Bragg's office and Fani Willis' office and Letitia James's office?
The offices you're referring to are independent offices of state.
I get that. The question is whether or not you will provide all of your documents and correspondence. That's the question. I don't need a history lesson.
Well, I'm going to say again, we do not control those offices. They make their own decisions.
The question is whether you communicate with them, not whether you control them. Do you communicate with them, and will you provide those communications?
You make a request, we'll refer it to our Office of Legislative Affairs.
But see, here's the thing. You come in here and you lodge this attack that it's a conspiracy theory, that there is coordinated lawfare against Trump. And then when we say, fine, just give us the documents, give us the correspondence, and then if it's a conspiracy theory, that will be evident. But when you say, well, we'll take your request, and then we'll sort of work it through the DOJ's accommodation process, then you're actually advancing the very dangerous conspiracy theory that you're concerned about. Now,
it's all conspiracy, huh? But look at everything that's getting laid out. You know, you got the Georgia case delayed, and Fani Willis getting disqualified, Jack Smith is unconstitutional. You know what I mean? SCOTUS rules for presidential immunity. SCOTUS also overturns Manhattan's guilty verdict. Donald Trump becomes our 45th and 47th president. You know, straightforward from here, right? Shout out to Kyle Becker. Fanny, you should have took your own advice. Remember, you campaigned on the whole idea of your DA shouldn't be sleeping with the employees and the tax money should be going to the community and not in our pockets. And that's literally exactly what you did. Matter of fact, I want to remind y'all of this Terrence K. Williams clip that dropped earlier this year. It's still hilarious to this day.
Fanny, why was you dropping those panties? Fanny, you supposed to be cracking cases, not getting your back cracked.
Right.
Fanny, why was you getting your freak on with your employees? Fanny, you the one that said, should nobody be sleeping with their employees? You the one that said it. You said, should nobody be getting their freak on with their employees?
Mm-hmm.
But evidently,
you ain't getting the memo.
You should have been telling yourself that. Fanny, come on, what you do? And I heard you paid this man almost $1 million? Fanny, $1 million?
Oh, she did. Definitely did.
You paid this man almost $1 million for some ding dong? I mean, you paying that kind of money? I mean, I ain't really into you like that. I wouldn't.
He said, I'll make it work.
With a 10-foot pole. But maybe for a sneak peek, I'd take a $500,000. I not your employee, Miss Fani. So.
Now, let's not forget the documents case is also suspended indefinitely. Or, postponed. I don't really know all the lingo, but something like that. And right now, I think the only thing that could potentially be dangerous right now is the Democrats being put in a corner, because you also got Judge Merchan. You know what I'm saying? You do got Judge Merchan out here to worry about.